when I was growing up, I remember there being like TV shows on Sunday. I remember Sunday you would see what was called 60 Minutes back in the day, right? And 60 Minutes was the investigative reporting that people would do undercover, in the undercover videos and interviews and stuff, which, I mean, they were showing some pretty crazy stuff as a kid. I remember like watching it kind of intently, like wondering like, wow, what's really going on around me. And I became more aware as a little kid, you know, just seeing some of the reporting and stuff. Well, over time, you know, you get to learn like, yeah, okay, this is what's going on with, you know, elder care facilities, this is what's going on in states, what's going on in housing. And I would learn that stuff from 60 Minutes. I'll learn some like really important things from this news program. And well, what I didn't know at the time, especially as a little kid, I didn't know what partisanship actually was. I didn't know that there were liberals or progressives. I really didn't know that what a conservative was. I just knew that I knew a little bit about Republican and Democrat. I knew that somehow the Republicans were bad for some reason or whatever, and Democrats were somehow good or whatever. So, I mean, that's what, you know, you're told as a little kid, okay? So that's what I was told. Well, I didn't know that a lot of these news anchors, they were partisan. They were progressive liberals. I didn't know that. If I didn't really realize that, find that out until my late 20s, 30s, I really didn't know that the news was skewed toward progressive liberalism. I just didn't know it. Well, over time, finding that out helped me to kind of understand that, well, maybe like my news, it's really not news. Maybe pieces of this are more of a narrative. And that's what kind of became more real to me more in the last maybe like 5 to 8 years or so, is seeing just what the media would spin for certain people and then would really spin for other people. So it kind of helped me to really ground myself in what it is that I'm looking at, so I know that I'm looking through somebody else's lens and filter. Well, there's some videos, some stuff came out from a guy named James O'Keefe, and he's showing the things that people like myself, conservatives, were trying to tell people way back last year, that there seemed to be a skew in the information that people were able to share and not share, you know, via social media, whether it be in YouTube, whether it be on Facebook or Twitter. There were things that we were that I was like, something's not right, like something's just not right. And people that were uber progressive liberal Democrats, they were saying, no, you're conspiracy theorists, no, you're stupid. No, I mean, they named me all kinds of stuff. And then people like me, they were calling us all kinds of stuff. Well, it's turning out that the stuff that we were saying was actually true. And there are things that we were saying about COVID, about the vaccine, about, you know, the numbers, about the states, about what was going on in certain states versus other states, about the masks, and even about, you know, how people were reacting to these situations. I mean, there are things that are coming out now that were the truth back then that are being proven now, especially about this Wuhan lab and how Trump was maligned because he was saying, hey, dude, like, this actually probably came from a lab, not from this wet market crap that Fauci was saying. And people were actually questioning Fauci and questioning Briggs and these individuals from the CDC and especially from the WHO, okay? So all these things are coming to pass. They're actually being shown to be true. But this is what on my side, what we see, there's no like reconciliation. Okay, David, you weren't tripping. Maybe you were right. Okay, so I apologize. There's none of that. It's just, you know, it's more of the, you know, this is James O'Keefe, he's a Republican, he's a conservative, so it's got to be BS. It's like, no, like, this is actually real. And what's happened is, because of the label fake news, and this is what's so important about the label. The whole label came about because the fake news was skewing news. It was changing what the real storyline was to make it into something that actually wasn't. So there were tweets that were deleted. There were narratives that were deleted. If you guys know about Wikipedia, Wikipedia is actually changed to an uber progressive liberal website where they actually change definitions to fit the social narratives. It's just like, it's not, I didn't know that that was even possible. So anyway, understanding that like somebody's actually trying to broadcast real news, the opportunity is out there for you to actually accept it or reject it. But you can't say that it's a lie, okay? You can't say, well, this is not true, when in reality, there's people who are trying to tell you what's going on from behind enemy lines within these social media and then other media establishments. You have people from CNN, MSNBC who are behind the freaking veil. It's like me being a pastor. And I try to tell you, like, what's going on within church walls, that there's some shady freaking crap that's happened within church walls that you will never know. And this is which is the reason why I left a couple of different churches, because of shady freaking crap and what these people who are supposedly pastors, what they were doing to congregations and other people within their leadership teams. I mean, this is what takes place, and this is what the crux of this message is. You can't say it's a lie when people who you know are telling you, like, yo, this is what goes on, this is what's happening. You can't call it a lie. And the reason being is because you've built up trust with people within your sphere of influence who are trying to tell you, like, yo, this is what's going on. And you can't say, oh no, you know, David's a liar. Like, am I lying? Hold on. Why would I lie to you about stuff? Why would I do that to you? Why would I spread false information when I'm doing my own research as well? When people say, do your own research, ask your own questions, instead of, well, debunk this or prove that. I prove it by the freaking news stories, and you just decide that you don't want to listen to it. So it's really not about the news, it's about the partisanship. If it's still about the partisanship, you're missing what it actually means to be an American, because it's not always about partisanship. It's about really us having the same ideals, and maybe that's the difference. Maybe some people just don't have the same ideals of what freedom actually should be and is. Maybe people just want to be slaves to this stuff. I don't know. I don't want to be a slave to nothing. So anyway, when you look at the James O'Keefe special and what he's put out, I'm gonna post the article on my Facebook page, and I might even post it here on YouTube. Just understand that the suppression of information is real. The skewing of narratives is real. It's been real for over a year. And then when you go to this whole BLM thing, I'm going to talk about this probably later on today. We talk about this whole BLM thing, and where the support for BLM not only has tanked, it's hit the freaking floor. And the reason being is people understand what BLM actually is now. They get it now. They get that the whole thing was a lie. Okay, you can believe that Black Lives Matter. Okay, you can believe that, but you can't sit there and say that, okay, this organization that just fleeced these billionaires, these sports stars, these sports leagues, these corporations, these big, you know, whatever they are, they fleeced all these people, and the leadership got a gang of money. I mean, that chick was getting frick. She's got 4 homes now. Tell me what Black Lives Matter has done for black communities except for destroy black communities and kill black people who didn't agree. Okay, so tell me that. But that's what the truth actually is. But people don't want to hear that, so they have to negate the truth for the lie, and that's where the cognitive dissonance comes into play. So I won't get into the whole thing again. Well, I won't get into the whole story again, but I'm just trying to tell you this, okay? When you look at the stories and you actually ask the questions, understand this. People like myself are trying to tell you what's going on. And whether or not you want to believe it or not, that's purely your right. You're right, okay? But don't tell us that we're lying to you. Don't tell us that our sources are false. Don't tell us that we're making up stories, when in reality, the stories are being proven by your people. Democrats are the ones that are coming out telling the real stories. Liberals are getting freaking red-pilled because they're realizing that there's some shady crap going on in progressive liberal circles. The Democrats right now, I was saying this, and people were taking this as me being just some sort of Trump flunky. No, I was a Democrat before. I left because I saw something was wrong, and now it's being proven. So, if you want to hold on to the line, you want to say, okay, I'm just going to stay on my side, I'm on the blue team, whatever, this is my deal, you know, Pelosi's a freak, you know, whatever. Trump's no angel, okay? He's not. He never was. I never wanted him to be. He wasn't like, you know, the savior of America. He never was that. But he was a guy that was a truth teller. And me being a truth teller within my family and within my own spheres, I know what that's like to actually be that. So anyway, I'll get going. I just want to leave you with this. You have the opportunity to look up the information that people are trying to tell you is true. You have the opportunity to believe it or not. But please, if you want to disrespect people by telling them that they're liars and this and that other stuff, just understand what you're doing is you're believing a lie, and you're adhesing yourself to the lie. If you like to subscribe to the videos, please do. I'd love for you to follow through. There'll be more that come through on my own website as I'm just building this stuff out. But just know, as social media, as these corporations are getting exposed, what's happening is they're being shown to be liars, they're being shown to be fleecers, they're being shown to be complete skewers of narrative. These people aren't real, they're not doing their jobs, and they are skewing everything so it fits what they want you to believe and to see. That's what's happening. It's what's happened the last year. You have the opportunity to say no. You have the opportunity to say, okay, I'm not buying your BS. I don't buy none of it. Take care.